So we're live.
Okay.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. Right now is with me is Hank Shaw, James Beard Award-winning blogger, author, contributing to, if you name a magazine right now that has to deal with hunting or angling, fishing, gardening, he's probably there. So this is Hank Shaw. Say hi, Hank.
Hey there.
So so we got some events coming up. Right now you have a new book tour going on. You have a new book out called what's the name of it? Sorry. I had it in front of me. I was singing the song earlier. I was making everybody laugh, but it's Pheasant Quail and Cottontail. So
it is. It's my fourth book. It is all about upland game birds and poultry in general. And I include small game in that book as well. So for all the rabbit and squirrel hunters out there, and it's the cookbook that I think is probably that I've written so far that is closest to my heart. I am way more comfortable chasing things with a shotgun than I am deer hunting. I mean, obviously I deer hunt every year. You got to put some meat in the freezer, but bird hunting is really where my heart is.
No, I feel you on that one. It's more of like I don't have the time or a lot of the patience. Upland game is by far, I don't want to say easier, but it's easier. Does that make sense?
It's mentally
okay, yeah.
It's not so deer hunting is kind of a big deal, right? So like every time you go deer hunting, it's like, oh, you're gonna put meat in the freezer, right? And when you go out quail hunting or pheasant hunting, it's like, did you get one? Nope. Okay, let's go watch the Hawkeyes or something. And it's a little bit less culturally heavy.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, you'll go out another day, So with this particular book, so I mean, tell me what it's like. Like I've been following you for years and following your progression within your career. I mean, you didn't always were all about the lifestyle you're living now. I mean, am I correct without saying that?
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I did grow up picking wild plants and fishing my whole life, so that's always been part of what I've done. But I didn't pick up hunting until I was 32 years old, and I picked up just north in Minnesota, by the way. I was living in St. Paul at the time, and my best friend at the time was the outdoor writer for the newspaper that we both worked at. And so he said, come on out, because we've been fishing a lot together. And I did. And we went to South Dakota, and I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a shotgun back then, but now I can. And I kind of got the bug, and, he created a monster. In fact, I dedicated this new book to my friend, Chris Niskanen in Minnesota.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, I mean, this is the book that you probably said after 4, right? This is the one that's closest to your heart. And I understand that you said it's the mental game is so much easier, but, what are some more tidbits about this book that are making it, like, I guess, the one that is the closest to your heart? And why do you feel like this is one of the best that you've produced so far?
I think if you had to put it in one word, it would be diversity. So, it doesn't matter really what kind of deer or elk or moose or antelope that you bring home. They're all roughly similar. I mean, there are differences, but it's not really so profound as it is from, say, a pheasant to a sharp-tailed grouse to a jackrabbit to a squirrel to ptarmigan so there's so many species in this book, and so many different environments that you're going to get a glimpse into, and you're going to get also a glimpse into the different kinds of people who pursue these different animals. And so that you could just sort of wallow in this book for months or years before you can cook even halfway through it. I mean, it's taken me a huge amount of time to hunt, actually successfully get, and cook and eat all of the species that are in the book. So, I mean, I'm not going to write about anything that I don't have personal experience with. So, it's been kind of a labor of love. Like last year, I hadn't had a ptarmigan yet, right? So, I bought Scottish grouse, which is basically a ptarmigan, but I hadn't gotten one myself. So we went to Colorado, and we parked the truck at 10,000 feet. And when you park the truck at 10,000 feet and then you look up, you got to go 3,000 feet up from there where you hunt them. That's a pretty challenging endeavor. I mean, so, you know, you're up there with no air and rocks, you're way above the tree line. There are pictures of it in the book. It's pretty cool. And then you find the birds, you know, and so there's that, you know, you can versus, you know, Iowa pheasant hunting or, you know, hunting rails down in South Carolina. You know, there's the amount of really interesting pursuits and then flavors in the kitchen are all, you know, I mean, I just love this book.
That's awesome, man. No, because I remember last time we got together, and when we were doing a dinner together, and you were like, "Hey, yeah, I've been working on this other book, and it's due to come out." It came out a little later than you said, but again, I know you've been busy trying to make sure it's perfect. But I've been excited since the book came out, and then I remember this summer you're like, "Hey, it's out. Do you want to get together and do this dinner?" I'm like, yes, I do. Very excited to do this.
Well, there's another piece to this too, that because I'm sure not everybody watching this is a hunter. So the cool piece about this book is that you can buy pheasant, you can buy squab, you can buy quail, you can buy turkey, you can buy rabbits. And, you know, I'll be honest, like, you don't have to buy a pheasant to do a pheasant recipe. You just get a really nice chicken and it'll all work just fine. So in terms of a book being very useful for a non-hunter, this is probably my most useful book for that crowd.
Yeah, I've been flipping through it and making my own notes and going, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, I didn't think about this, or that combination's interesting. So I'm really excited. So on October 5th, here at Proof, we're actually going to be hosting Hank to promote his new book, and with a lot of the recipes are going to be inspired by what's going on. Some might be right out of the book. We'll see what Hank's comfortable if he wants to come in and don a chef coat and hang out. But, you know, if he does, that's a plus for us. But it is going to be a plus for you because we'd love to have you here on October 5th for the Hank Shaw book dinner featuring the work of Hank. Oh, where did I put his book at? I wanted to show everybody that book. I bought like 2 more. I was giving up to some friends, trying to get them to like pass the word. Be like, hey guys, come on, you need to come see this. But Pheasant Quail Cottontail, you can get that at most booksellers now, correct?
So all of my books are available literally where fine books are sold. So you can go to Barnes & Noble, you can get it on Amazon. But here's the thing. Now, you know, prices do change on Amazon, so who knows what it'll be by the time our dinner is on October 5th. But right now, if you come to Proof, and you can buy any of my books, so Pheasant Quail Cottontail, Buck Moose, which covers venison in all its forms, and Duck Goose, which, as you might guess, is all waterfowl, you'll be able to buy every single one of them cheaper than you can get on even on Amazon. So it's a rare deal because usually the cheapest would be Amazon, and then, you know, but then you can support me. But this time, because Amazon's jacked their prices up, you can get them way cheaper if you come to Proof on October 5th.
And that's what we want to do. So you need to come down to Proof, and you're going to have access to meet Hank and get the book signed and have a really awesome meal. So the meal again, book signed plus dinners, $75, all in.
Screaming deal.
I think it's a screaming deal. And we're not a stuffy place, you know. I think that's one of the reasons why I think like Hank likes to deal with us, because we take ourselves serious. We take what we do seriously, just not ourselves that much. So we try to make things happen here. But that's awesome, man. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day this morning to talk about this and the upcoming event. Anything else that's coming up? I know besides October 5th here at Proof, talking about your book, excuse me, I need some water, Pheasant Quail Cottontail. Do you have any other things that's coming up in the near future that you would like to talk about?
I do. There's so the day before, I'll be in Nebraska in Lincoln doing a kind of a small game seminar at the Outdoor Education Center in Lincoln. And that's a free event. So if you're watching here from that area. And then just across the state, the day after Proof, I'll be in Cedar Rapids And Cedar Rapids, we're doing a cooking demo, and I'm going to probably cook some rabbit. And that will be at the Hotel Kirkwood in Cedar Rapids. And the registration information for both of those, you can find me anywhere on social media. So you can find me on Facebook or on Instagram. I'm Hunt Gather Cook. Or you can find me through my website, which is huntgathercook.com. And then you'll see a link that says, "Where's Hank?" And click that, and you'll find me.
That's awesome, man. Well, again, I really appreciate your time. So everybody, the place to be is here at Proof, October 5th. Be here, be nowhere. So we'll talk to you soon, Hank.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks. How's that?